welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to see you today. If it is your first time with us, hello, welcome. So very happy to have you here. And can I just say really quickly before the video started, we hit 10K on this channel, like 10,000 of you subscribed to this weird channel. And I'm just so very grateful and happy and thankful. I had this like little goal in my head that I didn't like tell anybody or say to you guys, but I was really hoping we would hit 10K by my birthday. And you guys have far surpassed my expectations because my birthday is still a little whiles away. I'm going to be turning 25 years old, and that's like adult age, and I'm kind of freaking out about it, to be honest. But I'm really excited that we could hit 10K before our birthday. You guys are fantastic and wonderful, and I love all of you. But today what we're going to be doing is looking at this new Tarte limited edition eye and cheek palette. This is the Make Believe in Yourself palette, and it's supposed to be inspired by like unicorns and rainbows and beautiful things. So I'm very excited to share this with you guys today and see what we think about it. I'll just go over a little information about the palette, give you guys some swatches, and then I'm going to attempt an eye look, and then at the end we are going to decide if this palette is worth it or if I just wasted my money on this very prettily I don't think prettily is a word, but this very like nice looking packaged eyeshadow palette. So first off, this palette comes with like other beautiful unicorn inspired items from Tarte. They have brushes, they have highlights, they have other things, but this is what most attracted me because I absolutely love eyeshadow palettes, and I have collected several of the round Tarte eyeshadow palettes, so I really wanted to get this one as well because it was very different looking. This palette itself retails for $40, which is a little bit pricey, but I think that's the price of all their other round palettes as well. This palette comes with 3 grams of highlight and then 1.1 grams total of eyeshadow, like all together, and there are 10 different eyeshadow shades in here. One of them is a matte and the rest are like a shimmery metallic. So I'm really excited to get in here and show you guys what this palette looks like. This is the palette itself. The outside looks like the outer packaging, this like diamond shaped cool looking pink purple design here. I don't really know what the front of it is, but it's very like geometric, a little bit like gem looking, and it is pink and purple and blue and all sorts of pretty things. The back is nice and shiny and gold. It feels really nice in my hand too. It feels pretty sturdy. Nothing's really like moving around or shifting. Has a decent weight to it. When we open it up, there is a nice large mirror up here, and then we have all of our shadow shades. They're in very interesting little pans. They're kind of like, to me, they look like gem shapes, you know, like fancy geo gem things. We have all of our lovely like metallic-y shades, and then this one right here is the only matte shade in the entire palette, and inside the center portion here is where the highlighter lives. Crystals, that's what they're called. That's what the shape reminds me of. These like little things here, the pans remind me of the crystals. That's what I was trying to think of earlier when I was saying gems and geodes and all sorts of other things. I do also really like the names of these shades. I really think they go with the theme of the palette. So the first shade we have is Myth, the Magic, Wings, Marvel, Trance, Fairy, Mystic, Dream, Crystal, and Pixie. I think all those are really like cool, like magical, mystical names, so I think that's really awesome that they chose names like that to go with this palette. Alright, so now that we have seen a look at the inside of the palette, I'm going to go ahead and do some swatches for you guys. The only thing I can't figure out is if there's a name for the highlight. Am I just missing it? I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because I'm really not sure where the name would be if it was on here. I'm going to be doing finger swatches and brush swatches of these shadows. I do believe in my mind, like before we even swatch them, I feel like these are probably gonna work best with the finger if you're really wanting to get that metallic look, but we're definitely gonna try them both with the finger and with the brush. super impressed with the color payoff, especially when you use your finger. I thought these might be like a nice like light wash of color across your eye, which is really pretty, and you probably could achieve that with this palette as well. But I'm really personally excited about like the super shiny like foiled effect of some of these. That's what I'm really excited for. Alright, next up I'm going to zoom you guys in and we are going to try to create an eye look with this. I'm really excited. I am going to a work event in a little bit and I don't really want to go too crazy with color, but I still think we can pull off a really pretty look with this. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and wish me luck because I'm pretty bad at doing eyeshadow on camera, to be honest. Alright, so I'm going to start off with Myth, the only matte eyeshadow in this entire palette. I think this was a really good choice of color to go with all of these because honestly I think you could use this as a crease color and then pack any one of these colors onto the lid and you're going to have an amazing eye look really easily. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend this into the crease. I'm going to take this up beyond my crease and blend it onto this part of my eye. I also haven't plucked my eyebrows in a couple of days, so they might be a little bit insane right now, and I'm really sorry about that. Alright, now my transition shade is blended in on both eyes. I always kind of do this like harsh like line because that's where my liquid eyeliner is going to go. That's why it looks kind of silly right now. I am absolutely in love with this color Trance. I'm going to take that just on my finger and pat it onto my eyelids. And hopefully that works out well. So I'm just going to take my finger. As you can see, it is pretty packed on there. It looks like I just dipped my finger in like mercury or something. And now I'm just going to go all over the lid. Alright, so there is Trance packed all over the lid and kind of blended up into that original matte color. Now I think I'm going to take Magic just kind of on the outer corner here to give it a little bit more depth. Again, I'm just going to use a finger. I could go get a packing brush, but I feel like fingers work just as well. That's just my opinion though. Alright, so there's Magic added to the outer corner and I feel like it's starting to come together. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this eye and then I'll be right back. Alright, I went and grabbed a couple of extra things to finish up this look. I'm really wanting a pop of color because this does not look very unicorny right now. I know, I wish I could have done something like crazy, but since I am going to a work thing, I probably won't be wearing a purple and green and blue eye, but I do think I'm going to take Dream here and just put it underneath the lower lash line. Alright, the color is definitely being applied, but it's not exactly as intense as I want. I'm going to try to spray my brush and then dip back in and see if that makes a difference. Alright, that color is definitely popping out just a little bit more. Does it go with the rest of my eye look? Probably not, but that's okay. I just really wanted to use a pretty color. Alright, I sprayed my brush one more time. I think I'm actually going to dip into Fairy a little bit, maybe just to deepen this blue right here and see if that works. I'm just experimenting now. At first I was like, I'll do a nice subtle look for work, and now I'm like, let's see how many colors I can put in my underneath eye. My underneath eye, that's what this is called. My lower lash line. It looks okay in person. Like, it's definitely more shimmery than I'm used to, but hopefully once I put on my like eyeliner and lashes, it's gonna look a lot better. Alright, but really quickly off camera, I just went ahead and slapped on some liquid eyeliner and some mascara. I think these two things make all the difference in the world. So for it being a pretty colorful palette, this is what I ended up with. I am definitely sure you could do something a little bit more bold and dramatic. I do like the little pop of color you're seeing right here on my under eye area. Alright, here is the side that is highlighted and here is the side that is not highlighted. If you guys can tell a difference, I can definitely tell a difference in person. This one does give a nice like glow. However, I do think it is a little bit white. It's leaving kind of like a white patch here on my skin and I am pretty pale. So I definitely think you're going to have to buff this one in quite a bit to get it to match your skin tone. But of course, you know, the more you buff, the more like the glow will go away, but you don't want to be left with like a big like white patch on your face either. Anyway, now let's get to the question that we've all been waiting to ask. Is it worth it or did I just simply waste my money on this palette here? And that's a difficult question to answer. I think that it is worth it if you are interested in these types of shadows. I mean, that sounds like a very simple answer, but I don't know if this is everybody's like go-to palette. I don't know if this is for everyone. It might not even be personally for me. I really just use matte shades like every single day. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll slap a little bit of shimmer on the lid. But to have a palette pretty much consisting of entirely like metallic and shimmer and shine is something I typically wouldn't purchase. So if you're looking for metallic shadows in your life and you don't have any, I think this would be like a great like starter pack. You have some fun colors, some neutral colors, but I do think the pigmentation payoff with either your finger or a synthetic like packing brush sprayed with maybe some setting spray, I definitely think you can get a really good color payoff and pigment payoff from this palette. That was a lot of P's right in one sentence. The highlighter I'm not super blown away with. I definitely think it does give a nice like luminous glow, but you are gonna have to buff it into your cheek a little bit. I wish there was like an in-between category, like worth it or worth it for some, but overall I'm going to say that this palette is worth it. You guys can definitely make your own conclusions on that. I definitely suggest you look at other reviews. But anyway, that is my review on this palette. This video is probably literally an hour long. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing tonight to keep my rambling to a minimum because I have a problem with that, obviously, as you can tell. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys so very much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are already subscribed to me, thank you so very much. I still can't believe we hit 10,000. That's like, that's mind-blowing to me. I never ever thought that would happen. You guys are amazing, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye!